오늘의 표팀 알파이 안장면이 너무 좋았어요. 마지막에 급하게 들어오는 발키리와 나노의 콜을 본인의 에임으로 완벽하게 정리했고요.
네. 오늘 여러모로 근데 진짜 알파이 선수는 지금 뭐 팬 여러분들도 신인상 후보다.
맞아요.
이렇게 얘기할 정도.
너무 잘해주는데 한 영웅을 잘 다루는 게 아니라 오늘 뭐 토르비온에 뭐 메이, 에코, 파라, 겐지, 트레이스 모든 영웅을 다 잘 다루다 보니까 정말 항저우 스파크의 좀 다양한 조합 전략 전술의 거의 필수 카드인 선수가 돼버렸죠.
와 진짜 이게 알파이 선수 콜업하고 나서.
AlphaYi, born in 2002, is a Korean player who currently is a part of the Washington Justice. He's a flex DPS with Genji, Tracer, and Echo as his most played heroes, and has earned a total of $58,000 in prize money during the past 5 years as a pro player. We asked AlphaYi for what he considers has been his best and worst plays during his professional career. For his best play, he chose Dorado against the Seoul Dynasty during the 2022 season. He specifically remembers point C of Dorado where he shuts down the enemy's final push with a perfectly timed pulse bomb.
What AlphaYi's doing. Oh yeah, this is the double sig. It hits Smurf, and then, you know...
Come have a look at this. Do you have a defuse?
In reverse, he chose this specific moment as his worst play from the same 2022 season.
Oh no! Oh! He's jumping back, but he has to actually booping him forward, and he can't fly back out of there in time. Ends up going down.
AlphaYi is well known for having a very dynamic reaction during matches, to the point that there's even a collection of his memes on his Korean Wikipedia page. AlphaYi has spent quite a long time playing in the Overwatch Contenders Tier 2 scene, among which he had spent the longest amount of time in GC Busan Wave. So when the 2022 Overwatch Legends match between Lunatic Kai and GC Busan was hosted as a special throwback, he participated as a part of the GC Busan roster. For the majority of his career, AlphaYi had been playing on a low-end PC with an i5 processor and a GTX 1060 up to 2021. Relative to Overwatch 1, this was a setup that could barely pump out 144 frames per second. AlphaYi also has a very interesting crosshair. He uses a white dot of size 10, so his in-game screen looks something like this. So why did he name himself AlphaYi? Apparently there wasn't actually any rhyme or reason to it. He doesn't really play much of any other game, and the most he's played in the past was hitting Diamond in Apex Legends. AlphaYi has a hobby of cooking. After joining the Washington Justice, he seems to have picked up the hobby while housing together with his teammates. In Korea, we call players that primarily stream ranked on Overwatch a civil servant, and AlphaYi is a primary example of one. Here's AlphaYi's setup. He uses a Logitech G Pro Superlight with an 800 DPI and a sensitivity of 4.6, with an Artisan 0 mid for his mousepad. Although this might be an obvious statement, he finds this specific setting to be the most comfortable for his playstyle. And finally, a quick message from him. Please, please, please release more new heroes, and also please tune into the Overwatch League to cheer on the teams and the players. This was KROW, and I'll be back again next time.
With the investment you give them, Chopper's so low, needs the bubble of Jakaro, steps out of it, or maybe the bubble was bursted and Chopper's dead. AlphaYi finding random picks. Soundbear from Grapes came in too late as the fight breaks down. It is only 4v3 for the Justice. AlphaYi pressuring the backline. Valkyrie from FD God could even res Best if needed. But because Jakar is hanging around with Pop.
Said that Nano Glitter. That's why we saw the diagram, the Winston Bubble. Now we see the Nano Blade! And here it comes! He's found one, he's found two! Lag comes down, but that's just going to save you 10.
그런 지금 실력을 좀 보여주고 있기 때문에 한번 보시죠. 맞습니다. 그렇기 때문에 딜라인을 벌리죠. 이러면 하나 더, 둘. 이러면 다 했죠. 방금은.
And that means that Team Peps, that cycle that they're looking to set up, you can actually see it here. They will come through to keep them in check. You know that they're going to be stuck in.
To be popped. The rotation comes through from Peps towards the backside of the point, but Zeron, there's the dive target onto that Baptiste, forced to use some of those self-heals over the top. He's really the #1 priority, forced to use the immortality field, so every cooldown out.
Storm actually runs through a Dragon Strike here, which is not the best. An attempt to try and boost the other Lucio. And
Aki's going to push in. Well, there we go. That's an EMP. They're going to layer it up with the Blade. That's Friday and Zest both done for, and that's your ideal targets to start things off. Now the Hog looking to go down. They've managed to find that one. I think this is going to be the one where Team Diamond get it over the line. They're already most of the way there. Oz Gaming still losing them.
The follows that we had seen from AlphaYi in general, looking between the Echo, we saw the Genji pop off. And this is interesting to see how the Spark were just able to adapt around Dynasty, because they knew that Spark was going to come out on the Winston. But overall, AlphaYi was destroying the Dynasty, specifically the backline.
Lots of fun here on the Echo.
reflect there. Wasn't the headshot we were looking for, but I think the Genji was far more impressive for me, watching him just pop off, be able to
Oh, yeah.
reset.
Oh, yeah.
Real the whole way through, especially in this last few maps, shifting over the Reaper, just finding an immense amount of impact.
And I'm seeing comments across the board like, man, who is AlphaYi? I've never heard of this guy before. How have I never seen him play? Well, now you know him.
Because you haven't been paying attention.
Exactly, pay more attention. But now that you are, now that I've got your attention, now that AlphaYi's got your attention, my man is shredding on pretty much all the heroes that he's played across the board, even on the Reaper coming on through Heroic towards the end that we saw on Oasis there. Smiles, I mean, he knew he really pulled the team through. I mean, there's so many moments in today's game where usually Shy would be your hero.